Alright, I'm back on the road. Um, I guess it's season 2 of Expedition Mulligan. I don't know what's gonna happen from here. So before I start, I did make I made a separate Expedition Mulligan YouTube page that I'm gonna upload like dash cam footage and drone footage and then end goal. I have like 6 cameras with me now. The end goal is gonna be uh, trying to put together something that's like, kind of feature length. I don't, something a little bit more professional. I think I can do it. I don't know. I've been watching tutorials. I think I can pull it off. Um, so yeah, so season 2, I'm headed down to southeast Arizona, like way southeast, Portal, Arizona. And you can, if you want to look it up. They have a bunch of research facilities there. It's like very rural. They have a bunch of research facilities there, but it's like developed around a science-based community. Which is, I mean, that's what I'm looking for, right? That's God, that would make me so happy to be around science people that are into that kind of shit. I don't know, like I'm kind of hoping, I don't know if you ever saw the show Eureka on sci-fi. It was a really good show. It's worth watching if you've never seen it and you like science stuff. I'm kind of hoping it's gonna be like that a little bit. Like, oh well, Jim opened up a portal to a black hole last week, and no, we got it shut down. So man, don't worry about it. Like shit like that. So this is actually my second day on the road now. Man, I've had a fucking rough 2 days, dude. I started in Walla Walla from home. I started in Walla Walla, and I am heading towards Portland, Arizona, and I'm just like, well, I just need to go straight south. That seems like that's gonna be the best route to take. Just fucking head south. And so once you get to, it's about an hour to Pendleton, Oregon, which is like off. I think it's I-84 maybe. So it's just, it's like your road, your interstate town. But after that, there ain't much, man. There ain't much, nothing. It's like 2 hours to John Day, I think, which I should have filled up a gas there. And then it's like another 2 hours to Burns. Burns, Oregon. Sorry if it's kind of windy. I'm sorry if it's washing it out. So Burns, Oregon. I don't know. Those of you that know me, I know I have a history with that. So I can't remember what year it was, but the Bundy. I mean, you all remember it. It was fucking everywhere. We all made fun of them. It was the Bundy family, Ammon Bundy and Lavoy Finicum, and I can't remember his brother's name. He got kicked in the face, and so he got kind of like a weird lip. He got kicked in the face by a horse. I was like, damn, dude. I'll give him credit for that. Like, he's fucking still standing and still talking. That's just pretty brutal. But they tried to take over the refuge, Malheur National Wildlife Refuge. They tried to take it over because they were having fucking disputes about well, it wasn't even about the disputes about land grazing rights. It was about, they had already done it because Bunkerville had happened and they won that. So they got confident, and I can't remember the name of the family that had gotten in trouble for illegally burning something, and they got in like a lot of trouble. And they were like, whatever, fine, It's like, yeah, we fucked up, but the Bundys were like, no, you didn't. American government's wrong. We're gonna come defend you, and we're gonna take over this refuge. Blah, blah, blah. So they go to take over the refuge, right? My mom, I think she was 65 at the time, was on her way to Houston to get cancer treatment, and she was like, well, I'm gonna go protest these assholes. Fuck them. They don't have any fucking right to do this. So she goes out there and she's camping. It's negative degrees out there. It's winter. It's fucking dead of winter. It's like February or something. It's like early February, I think it was. And it's fucking cold. Like, that's high desert. It's in the negative temperatures every day. It's fucking cold, right? And so she goes down there and she's in a tent. A fucking basic, it might have been 3 season. I don't remember. But I mean, she's in a tent, and they didn't even last like a couple of days before they started fucking putting out. They're like, oh, we didn't bring enough food. We didn't bring more enough clothes. And these people are supposed to be like they're like, we're the 3%. We're the ones that are gonna stand up for the United States government when it comes. They can't even fucking handle it. They didn't even prepare right for a fucking winter intrusion. A winter standoff. Whatever you want to call it. They go down there and they fucking start putting out calls for shit. Meanwhile, here's my fucking 65-year-old mother with cancer going down to. She's like, well, I'm just gonna go hold a sign and they can go fuck themselves. And she made the New York Times and shit. I mean, it was a pretty big fucking deal. Yeah, that shit was crazy. Like, I had to run down there after Lavoy Finicum got shot. On my way down there this time, I tried to find his memorial is somewhere in between John Day and Burns, but I couldn't find it where he got shot, and I was gonna piss on him. Fuck that motherfucker, dude. He had like 5 acres of land. It backs up to BLM land. That he has like a grazing lease on it, and so he's like tries to act like some big ass fucking hardcore rancher or something, and he's fucking got shit, and he fucking. Yeah, well, this ain't even funny, man. This is fucked up. He got like really big in the adoption I don't know, business. I don't know what to call it, but he has like 12 kids, and the only reason he got them was so he could have fucking child labor on his quote unquote ranch. I guess he like adopts kids and puts them to work. Oh, fucking piece of shit, man. I hope he fucking burns in hell. Fuck that son of a bitch. So yeah, going to Burns is fucking weird, right? Okay. But once you get past Burns, there's nothing. There is fucking nothing. I had a campsite picked out, and it was like 7 o'clock at night when I got there. It was already dark. Well, it was getting dark. And so, but luckily I still had cell phone service, and I get there and it's closed. Fuck. And I hadn't eaten yet. I'm starving. So I look at the campsite. The next one's 2 hours away. And I almost ran out of gas because there's just nothing. There's nothing in between. Like, just a little detour was like enough. On my, I can get about, let's call it 450, maybe 400, maybe out of a tank in the Subaru, and I got close. Light was on. It was a little sketchy. Luckily, I found a place, but it's 450 a gallon, just on the other side of Nevada. Deneo, maybe that's the name of it. And then I went up to Sheldon National Wildlife Refuge, camped there, which was wasn't very impressive, but I think it's like if you're a rock hound, it's probably like it looks like there's a lot of mining out there. But I think I couldn't really figure out what the camping situation was, and so I just found a spot, and I was like, all right, good enough. And I'm pretty sure it was someone's claim, and I think like that's a big deal, man. Like someone come up and fucking kill you, fucking getting on their claim. And so like I realized that in the morning, and I just like threw everything in the car real fast, and I was like, all right, fuck it, let's go. And so I'm just outside Eureka, Nevada. I didn't know this was part of the trip, but you come down Highway 50, which is nicknamed the loneliest road in America. Man, I ain't fucking kidding, dude. There ain't nothing, dude. I went through Austin, Nevada, I think the name was, and then Eureka, Nevada, and that was it. And I filled up in Eureka because I was like, I'm not fucking risking that again. And now I'm like way up in some shit. It was a little sketchy coming up here for like, I don't know, maybe half a mile, but once you got past that, it was all right. I tried getting higher up. Here, I'll show you in a second. I tried getting higher up, but there's still too much snow. And I saw it, and I was like, I don't know. And this is like this desert dirt out here, so when it gets wet, it gets really fucking shitty. And so then I came back to this spot. Well, I looked down the road a little bit too, and I was like, well, I don't have internet there. I'd rather have internet. So I came back to this spot, which is pretty dope. And, oh man, I gotta tell you, the fucking I'm so glad I got these Cooper AT tires for my Subaru. The ride quality is so much better on these roads. Oh my god, it's so much fucking better. No, you can't even hardly tell you're on them. Yeah, this is just where I'm set up for tonight. Not terrible, right? But yeah, so I've set up an Expedition Mulligan page separate that I'm just gonna do just travel stuff. No politics, no any of that other bullshit. It's just gonna be just pure travel. So hopefully I can get a bigger reach with that. But I do want to keep doing my personal blog because it's kind of like a journal. It's easier to just talk about it instead of writing it down. I mean, I'm a fine writer, but I'd rather video it. So check out Expedition Mulligan. Subscribe to it. I think I made a Facebook page. I can't remember actually. And I made an email account, expeditionmulligan.com. But yeah, so season 2, heading to Arizona. We'll see what happens. All right.